After the wins in last episode, we all thought things were going to get better. Well, we were pretty wrong, really. Hello and welcome back to The Real Deal. Today we've got two games for you. Huesca and Leonesa are the teams we're going up against today in the Segunda Division. Now, since you were last here, we've been unlucky. That's how I'm going to phrase it. We've been very unlucky, I think. We played 4 fixtures. Almeria was the first one, a decent 3-1 win there. Tochi with a hat-trick. It was a pretty good result, that I've got to say. We played really well, controlled the game. It was our 3rd win in a row. It was good going. We then played Tenerife in the Copa del Rey 3rd round. We lost there late on, 87th minute. And that has been the story, basically. Late goals. Obviously, we scored a late goal there, but that wasn't really important. The Spanish Cup was obviously Tenerife scored a late goal, 87th minute. And then it's these 2 games against Tarragona and Lugo, which are awful, really, I've got to say. We lost to Tarragona 3-2. However, we should have won it 3-1, really. Tochi got a brace. However, their first goal was like a poor back pass from our defence, and it went in. Their second goal was decent, and then the 3rd goal they scored right in the lap. It was the last kick of the game, basically. Someone had a shot from 30 yards. It just bounced off Katungo, and it went in the back of the net. So it wasn't the best result, that one, really, I've got to say. But, you know, we have to deal with it and move on. And then it was the next game against Lugo, and they scored again. Last kick of the game, 93rd minute. The commentary team at the bottom said they thought it was offside. It looked offside to me, but the referee gave it. So, unfortunately, dropped 3 points there. Or dropped a point, I suppose. Dropped 3 points in that Tarragona game. We should have won that, really, 3-1. Dropped a point against Lugo. So, I think we've lost 4 points there, which really we should have had. What that means for the table is that we are currently 20th. So, we're still looking pretty bad, to be fair. Still ahead of Granada and Barcelona B. But it's still not looking good. A win today, or 2 wins today, could take us actually all the way up to 7th in the table. So it's still early days and there's still a lot to play for if we play our cards right. But of course, we do need to get some wins under our belts because we do need to get that top half finish because that's what the board want. If we go back to this overview here, the expectation was to get top half this season. The Spanish club expectation was actually to get to 4th round. We got knocked out in the 3rd round there. So already sort of falling behind on expectations. Youth player expectations as well. Of course, they wanted to play with youth players. What are they actually thinking about that right now? If we look at club issues, develop players using the club's youth system. Currently it's at 50% details, reserving their judgment right now. So we'll have to wait and see. But that could be something that saves my bacon later on if we don't do well in the league. So this is the lineup for the game against Huesca today. We're going for the winger formation once again today. We've been using this and the diamond a little bit interchangeably. I think the diamond is perhaps slightly more successful, but we've got more players to suit this today on the grounds that we've got international duty again. And I could have postponed this game, but I decided not to, thinking we're fine once again. But of course we're not. With a few injuries as well, we are quite limited in our positions and players that we've got. So we're using this formation today. Rumbo still starts in goal, although Juan Carlos is only 2 weeks away from being fit again, which is quite nice. He may get back in a starting lineup pretty soon. We've got a back line of Mossa, Fernandez, Hernandez and Valentini. In the midfield, in our CDM role, we've got Full-In. That deep line playmaker is Folch. I've been saying it Floch for the past few episodes until someone pointed out it's actually Folch, and it is the O in front of the L. So I just can't read, basically. But they also up there with Rocha, although the partnerships aren't looking great in the midfield. Full-In and Folch have a decent one, but Rocha doesn't have a good one with anyone else, which is a little bit worrying at this stage, considering the lack of midfield options we do have. But as we move into that attacking midfield, Niguez, which is a name no one seems to now pronounce, or everyone knows how to pronounce, but everyone says it differently. And I'm really just not sure how to say it, so I think we're going to set his nickname just to Aaron on the grounds. His commentary name's Aaron anyway, so when on the pitch you can see him, his name's Aaron. So I think we just change it to that, just makes it a bit more simple. So Aaron on the left-hand side, Salberon on the right-hand side, and Tochi starting up front for us today. Right, kickoff is upon us today. We're at home in our blue kit, Huesca in the white. And we really, really need a win today to get back on form. We really should have had some better results in the past few games. We have been very unlucky, I've got to say, especially in that game against Tarragona. We really came back and tried really hard to score a few goals. We were just very unlucky to score, concede rather, in the way that we did. But we're coming forward here now in numbers, looking pretty good. Rocha on the ball, out towards Salberon, back to Full-In into Folch, who puts into Tochi. Some good passing play into Rocha, saved by the goalkeeper. I think it was off target anyway. But we're very good at passing, I've noticed. We are quite good. We've got some good passing stats, especially in defence. So we are now starting to play Oh my God. I mean, this is just a story at the moment. Injury central for our players. Tochi now injured, which is fantastic. Have we got anyone actually play up front at the moment on the bench? The answer to that is no. Sal Baran can sort of play up front a little bit, which means that we're going to have to... I think Rocha can sort of play on that wing a little bit, kind of, which is all right. So we're going to have to bring on Mariga in that Carrillo position. So a few changes there on that right-hand side of the pitch. What I was trying to say, actually, in team instructions, play out of defence and pass into space. Try and pass around a bit more, because we seem to be quite good at that. So if we can keep possession through the passing, that might be quite good. Early indications in this game, though, although there's been no highlights particularly, 4 shots to their 1 shot. We're looking stronger than we have done in the last few games, I've got to say. The last few games have been pretty even. Aaron, who can get his cross into the Salbaron, can't quite get there. The goalkeeper collects it instead. But he quickly gets rid of the ball, actually, and they manage to keep hold of the ball, do Huesca, as they try and come forward back to their right back, or left back there, sorry. I'm trying to bring it back through the middle of the pitch now. What are they trying to do with this? I'm not liking this passing manoeuvres that they're going on here. They're really racing up the pitch now and breaking through our defence. Can our boys just hold strong? No, they've left a huge gap open. They get the shot away, but luckily for us, it's off target. I mean, I don't think we've had a shot since the first 15 minutes of the game, which actually is a bit of a worry. Just before half-time, we're going to demand more from the boys out there. I do want to get the win today. We desperately do need it. We need to get out of this relegation zone and we need to start getting ourselves up the pitch. Rocha has a free kick, right bangs off the crossbar. What are they even trying to say there? I don't know. That was a bit... all came out in a weird order there. That's the closest we've come to scoring this game, though, hitting the crossbar. Hopefully we'll go a little bit closer in the second half as the first half comes to a close. What injury did Tochi get, by the way? We didn't check, did we? Tochi, does it tell us? Potential groin injury. And for a 34-year-old bloke, that's... it could be him out for a while. I've got to say, even in the second half, we're not really doing much. Did we change for Diamond? If we change for Diamond, the issue is we've not really got anyone who can sort of play up front. Can Gomez play up front? Not really. Can go and attack midfield a little bit more. Aaron can be a false 9, I suppose, up front as well. So we've got a bit of a makeshift attack, but I think maybe changing to this may just help us out a little bit going forwards. Maybe if we bring Fulch into that box-to-box or Carrillo position, actually, I think he might do a little bit better. Mariga's not played very well. We'll bring Dylan on as that playmaker instead, the youngster coming on there. He can be more of an advanced playmaker on support. Maybe that will change in our favour. Maybe it will ruin things, but we have to try these things. We're not playing particularly well at the moment. And there's a highlight straight after we make those changes, which can only be good or bad as they've gone and scored a goal. So clearly... did not make a good decision there. Highlight straight from kickoff, though, which can always be a good sign, especially if we go and score. I mean, that's stating the obvious there. We've just given the ball away stupidly there, though, and here they come. There's space in for them to come forward. They're past their defence. Rumbo makes a decent save. The quicker, I think, we get a solid defence back together. I think we're a little bit makeshift at the moment with injuries and international duty and things like that. It's not quite as strong as I want it to be, and of course, we've got... where is he? Our usual goalkeeper's still injured, obviously, so that's not great. We're playing Rumbo. He's not really cut out for this league. Hernandez makes a decent tackle there in the box, but the cross comes in and Valentini gives away a penalty. It's not looking good, this, is it? It's really not looking good. Ferrero steps up for the penalty. Rumbo makes a decent save, though, to be fair. Well done, mate. You're quickly becoming a hero if you say penalties like that. Maybe overload will help. Go to overload. What's the analysis telling me? Shorter passing. That was in the 6th minute of the game, so... I mean, we'll apply it now anyway, just see if it makes a difference. Right, there's a highlight in the 90th minute. Salbron makes a clearance. If we can just grab an equaliser from this, you know, the ball comes out, clear it away. It's another penalty, for goodness sake. Come on, Rumbo, make yourself a hero again, and we'll go and score at the other end. Different chap taking a penalty this time, though, and Rumbo goes the right way, but he does put the penalty in. And by looks of things, it's another defeat, and we're still down in 20th, so it's... I might be getting sacked pretty soon, actually. I actually might be getting sacked. There we go. Oviedo 0, Huesca 2. That is a poor result. Right. How bad are these injuries then? Tochi, 3 to 7 months. Okay. 3 to 4 months if we send to a specialist. So, it's... okay. Apparently Dylan got injured as well. I don't remember that, but he's out for 2 to 3 days. But he's not going to miss the next match. Tochi, though, he's going to miss... we haven't got a striker now. We actually don't have a striker. The player liaison officer. I've noticed morale is low around the squad. Well, yeah, I think that's probably stating the obvious. He wants to hold a team meeting. Let's do it then. What do we say? I'm keen to ensure that heads don't drop. Things haven't been going our way, but we've got the ability to change our fortunes. Everyone agrees with that, so that's pretty good. That's exactly the sort of reaction I was after. Look at that morale. Everyone's boosted. Look at Juan Carlos. He's nearly properly... He's superb. He's nearly exceptional. That's what I was trying to say. Everyone else is a bit yellow, but it's better than the orange, I've got to say. Now, I know I did say this is meant to be a youth development series at its core. I wasn't really expecting to make many transfers. I was just going to rely on youth and things like that. But I think in January, with the current striking situation, it's necessary that we sign a striker. Now, just to rub it in my face a little bit more. Yep, here we go. 6 injuries. All to pretty decent players as well, I've got to say. You know, it's just sad, really, isn't it? It's just a bit sad that happens all the time to us at the moment. Don't know what Football Manager's got against me, but it just has a habit of injuring all my key players. Right, what are we going to do about this striker issue? Tochi's injured, and so is Felix, and they're the 2 strikers that we've got. So we can't really play them. I think what perhaps is the best thing to do is go for this diamond formation, but then tell our strikers or tell our wingers to still play on the wing, but just very, very narrowly. And in fact, pretend to be strikers, basically. I reckon, who is it? Where is he? Can I find him? Pucko. I think he could probably play up front. I think he's not bad as a defensive forward or we'll go defensive forward on support. On the grounds that I feel like Gomez should be that creative player in that attacking midfield. I don't think Roger did play too well last game, so Mariga's going to come on instead as well in that midfield. Hopefully that makes everything feel a little more comfortable. Make him a Carrillo as well. We're also going to bring on Diego Johannesson. He's back from international duty as well, so he can come back on the pitch. And I think that might be okay to take on Leonesa. It's worth a punt at least. We have to try it. It's basically the only thing we can do, I think, at the moment. So let's just go for it. Right, we're going to go aggressive. Straight out, go aggressive. You've got to put in an improved performance today to get out of this bad run of form. A lot of players seem motivated, which is quite nice. We're at home again. We're still in the blue. Leonesa in the white, but they're taking the kick-off today. His kick-off is once again upon us. And they're trying to come forward pretty early on, but fall in. No nonsense tackle there, straight out the pitch. So let's scroll down the table. Who are we sort of battling with at the moment? I know it's early days still, 10 games into the season, but only 8 points from 10 games. We need to be doing better than that. We need to really turn things around in the next couple of games. I know we play Numanita pretty soon as well, so hopefully we get a good win against them. Obviously, Leonesa not too far away from us. They're still like quite a few points off us, but they're still fairly far down. Well, I say far down. They're pretty safe mid-table, I've got to say. But we need to get the win against them today. This is probably a good opportunity to grab a win against a team that's pretty low down. Obviously, we missed a chance against Lugo a few games ago as well. So we've got a decent chance today, I think, looking at the sort of teams around us. This is one of the sides that we need to be beating if we want to get out of this little lull that we're in. Pucko hits the post agonisingly there, which is really unfortunate. And now Rodri can try and come forward for Leonesa. But again, no nonsense tackling from us. Obviously, Ray Wilkins has been doing his job defensive coach-wise and telling the boys to get the ball out the pitch. And I've got to say, this is a very common theme at the moment. Like, there's no highlights in the game whatsoever. The games go very, very quickly. Keep going out there. You can still win this one. And again, no one's really cares about that. We'll go assertive. There's a lot more to come from you. Someone looked happy with that. We'll do it again for all these people assertively. There's a lot more to come from you assertively. A lot more to come from you. This could make a difference, although no one's really bothered by what I'm saying apart from Hernandez. And he's the defender who's probably been one of the worst players in recent games, I've got to say. So that's maybe a bit harsh just saying that about him. But we have to step things up in the second half. We have to get a goal if we want to really start marching on this season. First highlight of the second half looks like it's going towards Leonesa, although they have just given the ball away to us, and Fulch now with a chance. Highlights been few and far between, but Sal Baron managed to get on the end of that pass there. That was a fantastic little run there, as I was saying though. Highlights few and far between so far, although Mariga's shot sort of bounces around. Mossa puts it back in the area. It's cleared away. Can we keep this pressure up? Stay there, boys. Let's continue this highlight. Johannesson in a superb position there. Can he beat his man? Doesn't really get challenged, gets past his man, puts a cross in. Salbaron is there at the far post, and we finally scored a goal to put us 1-0 up in this game so far. We just have to hold on to this now. As a highlight straight from kickoff, which does worry me. Usually it means a pretty good chance is coming for one of these two sides. And on the grounds that Leonesa haven't given the ball away to us very cheaply yet. It looks like it might be towards them. Again, their right midfielder in a very, very good position there to try and come forward. He's got so much space again in behind the defence. Cross comes in. I just want to win a game. I just want to win a game again. That'll be nice. That's all I want. Right. Push forward out there, boys. Push forward. We can do this. Come on. I mean, Pucko has not played well out there, but can anyone actually play up front? Aaron. He can do like Trequartista, false 9. Get on, be a false 9 at Aaron. I mean, who else? Varela, he can come on the pitch. I keep calling him Valera as well, but it's Varela. You get on the pitch, do your thing, maybe at left back. That might change things a little bit. We've got 20 minutes to make a difference here. 20 minutes. Let's go more attacking. And let's go more fluid as well. That might make a difference. Might have a negative difference though, as Leonesa coming forward with the ball now through his right hand side again. Matilla on the ball out towards Sene, who puts it in towards his strike, although Hernandez makes a huge clearance there. And we've got retained possession. Johannesson coming forward with it now with a nice ball through towards Aaron, who gets it across to Sauberon. Sauberon now breaking into the area, has a shot saved by the goalkeeper though. We get the corner from it. Will there be a highlight from it? There is. Gomez now puts it into the mixer. Hernandez can't quite get there. It's cleared away. Fulch does manage to get back on it though. Can we get this ball back in the area, boys? Come on. We're desperately in search for a goal now, and if there's ever a time for it to happen, it was then, and the highlight just ended. Oh, fantastic. Sauberon has picked up a bruised ankle. I mean, I'd like to take him off, but quite frankly, who do we bring on? I mean, I've just tried to do a few things. No one can come on. So Sauberon, you're staying on the pitch, mate, for the next 10 minutes or so. Right. Demand more as well. We're going to go to overload. Why are we not scoring goals? Well, there's 10 seconds to go. Unfortunately, though, I don't think we're going to make this game count. And again, it's more drop points. We're still in the relegation zone. I'm not a happy boy. Once again, aggressively, not good enough out there. Really not good enough. We need to be getting wins, and I mean, I don't think you can see it behind me. We're on 8 points. A win won't even get us out of the relegation zone because we're that far behind now. So it's not looking good. I'm going to be honest as well. Next episode, not looking good either. We're playing Sporting Gijon. That's the big derby between Oviedo and Gijon, and they're currently third. And then we've got Zaragoza, who are top of the table. So good luck, boys. Those two fixtures are going to be next episode then. So come back then to watch us get thrashed again, probably, because it's five games without a win now. This is all relegation form. Really, only 2 wins in the league. I thought it was 3 wins in the league. Of course, that was the Spanish Cup. So it really is relegation form. Something has to change, because otherwise I'm getting sacked. So thank you very much for watching today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed it, despite all the doom and gloom. If you've enjoyed it, make sure you do drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And I will see you next time for some more real deal action.